Would you like to see a trick?
Lucy happily walked up to the fence to watch the magic trick. The woman performed a magic trick for Lucy, then took out some snacks and started luring her closer. Lucy felt uneasy when she saw the woman's pale face. Just as Lucy was about to head home, the woman suddenly blocked her way.
I grew it in my own garden. It is sweeter than any candy.
Lucy carelessly accepted the peach from her. Then the woman suddenly apologized to Lucy. Before Lucy could understand why she was apologizing, the woman started chanting a spell. A bug crawled out from inside the peach and climbed onto Lucy's body. As the woman kept chanting, Lucy slowly collapsed onto the ground. At that moment, Lucy's father was on the phone when he suddenly noticed a bunch of candy wrappers in Lucy's closet. He happened to be talking to his wife, and she said she had never given Lucy any candy. Jack immediately felt something was wrong. He quickly asked his son where the candy came from. The boy told Jack that Lucy's friend had given it to her. He also said Lucy's friend lived at the end of the garden. Jack instantly got a terrible feeling and rushed outside to look for Lucy. He pushed through the low bushes and made his way deep into the garden, but Lucy was nowhere to be seen. On the ground were Lucy's favorite toy, and that same peach. Jack immediately ran outside the wall to search for her, but there was still no sign of Lucy anywhere on the street. In the distance, Jack saw someone carrying a child and running away. He instantly chased after them, ignoring the massive sandstorm approaching the city, but the wind and sand became stronger and stronger, and Jack eventually lost track of the figure. Soon after, the sandstorm swallowed the entire city, and Lucy completely disappeared. 8 years passed in the blink of an eye. Jack's family slowly began to lose hope, but one day while the family was out together, things suddenly took a turn. Jack received a phone call. It was the embassy. They told him that Lucy had been found. Jack and his wife were overwhelmed with excitement and couldn't wait to see their daughter again. But before they could meet Lucy, the doctors warned them about several important things. Because Lucy was no longer the same sweet little girl they remembered. Now Lucy had suffered severe skin damage. The doctors suspected it was caused by years of poor nutrition and lack of sunlight. She would even make strange and extreme movements, and had to rely on sedatives to calm down. Hearing all this completely broke her parents' hearts. After explaining the situation, the doctor carefully led them into the hospital room. Even though they had mentally prepared themselves, they still couldn't believe what Lucy had become. She looked like an old woman in her 60s. Her skin was badly damaged all over her body. Her mother slowly walked closer to Lucy's chest, relieved to hear that her heartbeat was still strong. Lucy slowly reached out her other hand, signaling for her father to hold it too. Then Lucy looked like she wanted to say something, as if she was carrying endless pain and grief inside her. But as Lucy became more agitated, the nurse quickly stopped her. Her parents could barely accept what they were seeing. They had no idea what Lucy had gone through, but seeing her tortured into this state filled them with heartbreak and despair. At that moment, a woman standing in the hallway was quietly watching them. She was the female officer who had helped translate on the day Lucy disappeared. The officer approached them and showed them a picture of a stone coffin. Lucy had been found sealed inside a coffin that was over 2,000 or 3,000 years old. This was apparently a common smuggling method used by traffickers. A few days earlier, the plane transporting the coffin had crashed unexpectedly. Villagers nearby discovered the coffin afterward. At first, the police believed it was simply a smuggled artifact, so they sent it to a research institute. When a professor opened the lid, he discovered what looked like a mummy inside. As the professor carefully removed the cloth strips covered in mysterious symbols, they were shocked to find that the body looked almost alive. Everyone was amazed by how perfectly preserved it was. But in the very next second, the person inside the coffin suddenly started struggling violently, and that person was Lucy. Jack desperately wanted to know what had happened to his daughter, but the officer couldn't give him any answers. The only thing they understood was how Lucy ended up inside the coffin. The area was extremely chaotic, and smugglers often hid things inside ancient artifacts. Lucy had most likely been hidden inside the coffin during transport. No one expected the plane to crash. The officer promised she would continue investigating the coffin's origins. The parents understood that they probably wouldn't get any answers right now, so they decided to bring Lucy back home. Jack had always carried deep guilt over Lucy's disappearance. The family had kept a beautiful room prepared for her all these years, hoping that one day she would finally return home. Lucy's grandmother held her hand tightly, constantly whispering prayers beside her. Lucy quietly looked around at her family members, but suddenly, she started going completely out of control. Her body twisted into horrifying positions, as if something was controlling her. Her parents had no choice but to calm her down with sedatives again. What they didn't know was that this was only the beginning. Lucy's return was about to bring something terrifying into their home.